Homies and homettes, I am here. I am back. Monthly Knife Club is also here. That's exciting. So, curious what it's going to be. Smaller box than we've gotten in the past. I have a Facebook notification, but I'm not going to check it right now. So, let's see, where does this one open? Let's get into this Monthly Knife Club for June 2019. Love this knife, guys. I don't even have words to describe it, how much I love this knife. Oh, you know what this box is? It's Brous blade. Ooh, it's heavy. It's by Brous and it's heavy. I'm liking Monthly Knife Club this month. So, let's see. Ooh, I'm excited. I'm very excited. Let's see. I keep meaning to check out the Ultimate Plan. I don't know. What knife do they have? A Winchester fixed blade and a K-Bar Spork, and you know, I feel like we're doing better right now. So with the Onyx Collector's Plan, that's a new name. The Onyx Collector's Plan, we have the Brous Blades T4 liner lock. So the value is they can find it between $149 and $179. Serialized limited edition of 500 D2 grooved aluminum handle made in the USA. Not to be confused with cheaper version. All right, we'll have to do some research on that one. And you know, if you want to sign up for Monthly Knife Club, there you go. Brous blades. This is, this is a high quality thing, and we are definitely saving some money with the price of the subscription on this. Brous blades is, this is no joke. They make some good stuff. I thought it's going to be like another Kaiser or something. I don't know. But let's check this out. Oh. So, I've had a couple Brous blades in the past. I have probably 3, now 4. And so Brous Customs are amazing. Do not eat. They all come in a box like this. He has some production knives that are really, really nicely done. Look at the anno job. Look at the green on that aluminum. That's just phenomenal. Wow. It's very, very nice. And I got number 202 of 500. Slight color variation there between the two sides, but that's what happens with anno. You know, it's hard to get, if they're not done together in the same batch, it's hard to get the exact same color. Little filler clip there, because this clip is reversible left to right. I'm dying to open it. Wow, that's nice. And no need to put all sorts of markings on the blade because it's a Brous. You should just know. You should just know. Slim and comfortable. This is totally worth the subscription price right now. And of course you also get a tool. With every Brous you get a tool for all the screws that come with it, and you get your little card, your certificate of authenticity. Very, very sweet. I am more than happy. I am super satisfied with this month's blade. You can see there's a little bit of oil in there from the pivot. So what are we working with? We're on bearings. No spring. So this is all just from good detent and good manufacturing. Wow. All right, so let's take a look. Love the shape. Love the design. Love the blade. So you've got just a little hint of like a harpoon blade shape up there. Not, so not a hard use. This is definitely, you could, it's D2, so it's going to take some abuse. You could maybe call it rugged, but not hard use. But nice, for EDC, this is going to get you noticed. This is going to be a little bit of an envy knife when guys see it, you know what I mean? Or girls, whatever. Llamas, whoever's out there. Potatoes, pitas. Awesome action, though. The detent on it is perfect. It's a Brous. Of course it's going to be. Gorgeous. I love the color. I love the color. And the dark stonewash on the blade is beautiful. Great. I mean, blade length for me is great. I love the length on it. Not too big, not too small. It's very comfortable. Not the AD10, of course. Feel that clip just a little bit in your hand. But very comfortable. Great jimping right where it needs to be. I think the cool factor when we rate this, it looks cool. It looks like a deadly ocean beast coming to get you. Centering, of course, it's perfect. I'd expect nothing else from Brous. So let's see. I don't know if we're gonna push button this. No. But light switch is awesome. And I love the fact that the inset there is also. Can you check that out? They coated that. That's also black. So is there inset liners on both sides? No, just one liner for the liner lock. Other than that, that helps keep the weight down. Now let me see. Do we have specs on the card? Sometimes there's specs on the card. No, so I probably will have already put specs in. 6061 aircraft grade aluminum for the handle. It says on the card, and D2 steel. Wow. I have more than made my money back on the subscription this month. This is awesome. So while monthly Knife Club is expensive, it's on the expensive side, I am excellent investment this month for sure. Awesome. And these things, like the Brous blades, even though they're production, they go up in value because they're all kind of limited run knives, So keep this nice, keep it in the collection, or use it whatever you want. Even if you put use on it, still there's a limited amount made. So over time, they will go up in value for sure. Awesome, but I guess we don't really have to test it out, but we're gonna test it out. We'll get to the edge testing in a second, but while I was getting the stuff for that, I took a moment just to take a look online. And so the prices for this, now when you look, there's an import version made with polymer, which is cheap. It's 30, 40, 50 bucks. There's a titanium version, which is pretty expensive. Then there's the aluminum version, which you'll find for all different prices. Now, I found it at Knife Center for about $170 to $180, depending on color and blade finish combinations. This exact version is on Amazon right now for about $149. And then Blade HQ, right now, at this moment, when I'm recording the video, a lot of the aluminum ones are on sale for I think $119, $129, something like that. But it's a limited time sale. And then a lot of the other ones are up at like $170, $149, $170. So it is a pretty good, the monthly Knife Club price was a pretty good deal, depending. For this model, you will find the cheaper models with the polymer, and made overseas with the D2 blade for about a $50 price tag. You will find the full titanium version for a lot more. On the Amazon influencer page, I'm going to list this, and I'm also going to put on the polymer version if you want to check that out. I probably won't list the titanium version because that's crazy, but maybe I will. I don't know, but we'll see what Amazon has to offer. Paper? What paper? Just drop it right through. Awesome. Now, I also looked at specs, so it's about 4.6 ounces, which, it carries the weight really well. It doesn't feel like it's got that weight on it at all. Not even a little bit. It feels a lot lighter, probably because it's distributed throughout such a, relatively large frame. You've got a 4-inch blade on here, which is bigger than most EDC knives would be. It's like nothing at all. Nothing. Let's do a slow-mo, just because I like doing slow-mo. Ready? Yeah, I love doing slow-mo for some reason. I just think it's cool. And then a slice test, of course. The blade hardly moves at all. So, I would expect, US-made Brous blade to be ready to go, ready to slice, do everything you want right out of the package. So again, centering, just to show you, is perfect. Let's take a look at our lockup here. Okay. Hate doing that on a numbered blade, but also lock up again. 0 stick. Centering not affected at all. Just as smooth. Great lockup, great sound to it. I am so thoroughly pleased. I'm completely happy with the purchase this month. Great. And of course, you know, look at the big hands on the handle. Plenty of room. This choil for the hand and the lock up, the thumb ramp, everything just ergonomically is great. It'd be nice if it had a choil right there for kind of a choke up grip, but that's okay. I mean, you can get a pretty good choke up right here if you wanted to. You can get your index finger almost all the way down the blade to that little bit of a harpoon tip. Awesome, awesome. Very, very happy with this month's blade. I mean, incredibly. This is so, this is great. Great addition to a collection just for, you know, a collection queen. Great knife to carry around for EDC and, you know, some not quite hard use but rugged purposes. Beautiful knife just in general. Let's talk about numbers and ratings though, shall we? So, starting off at the beginning, originality and departure from previous designs. This is where this knife's going to get its lowest score. If you're familiar with the brand and you know your knives, this has Brous written all over it. From the kind of the hump in the handle there to the kind of the curve of the belly of the blade and the shape of the blade, it looks like Brous. It does, which is not a bad thing. I mean, it's nice to be able to, you know, carry a blade by such a well-known, well-respected designer, but it is a Brous blade, so it's going to get a 3.5. It's got its own lines and its own look, but it's definitely a Brous blade. So 3.5 for the first category. For fit and finish, I'm going to go and give it a 4, just because I know I said it's, you know, it's common with these Anno, you know, big chunk handles to have differences in color, but because of the difference in color, you really see the separation there and everything. You know, I know it's not a full-on custom and everything, but could do a little bit better than that. And it's not a bad score or anything, but we're going to give it a 4 for fit and finish. As beautiful as it is. Sorry. For function and mechanics, though, it's going to get a 5. That detent is tuned perfectly. You get a good solid flip every single time without a lot of effort. Great lockup, great sound. That sound is important, too. You want to hear that nice solid click. It's function and mechanics, great. For practicality and utility, I'm going to give it a 4.5, and here's why. Because it's such a big blade. Now, I love the 4-inch blade. I think it looks perfect in this frame. I think it just looks great. I think that the 4-inch blade gives you a lot of function, but it might be a bit big for some people's EDC choice. So that's why I'm marking it down by half a point. And that's the only reason. Possibly a 3.5 inch blade might be better for some folks, especially legality-wise in some places. But other than that, you know, I think it's lightweight, nice clip, not deep carry, but still a nice solid clip to keep in your pocket. And so it's a good, well-designed knife. So, yeah. For production out of the box standards, everything about this is a 5. It's ready to go out of the box. I mean, need I say more? It's everything about it is great. You saw the lockup and how solid it is. 5. Comfort and feel also gets a 4.5. It is now, again, close, not quite an AD10, but it is very comfortable. This is going to feel in your hand just a little bit, but I really like the lines on it, I like the feel on it, love the jimping on it. Very solid. For cool factor, we're also going to give it a 4.5, which I think is the highest cool factor score I've given so far. It's a cool looking knife between the grooves in the handle and that little bit of a harpoon. Any more, I think it would look a little silly. Without it, it would just be lacking something, but it's just a cool looking knife all the way around. It's got it. So, yeah, definitely 4.5. Quality of materials, we're going to give it a 4. Now, this is great. Awesome, great aluminum. Some of the best out there, you know? And D2 is good steel. I'm always arguing with people. D2 is good steel. Now, is there room to go upwards on both the handle material And the blade material, sure there is, which is why it's at a 4. Excellent, good, well-built knife, certainly, but there is room to go up. There is, and I'm sure that there is a custom version of this that is fantastic, phenomenal. But that's where we're at. For value of ownership and collectability, now it is a production knife, but it is, number one, it's got the Brous name on it. Number two, it's a limited series, numbered blades. I'm going to give it a 5. Like I said before, this thing is going to go up in value, whether you use it or not. Of course, if you keep it in pristine shape, it'll be worth more. But just the fact that it is a numbered Brous blade, I believe firmly that over time, this thing will be worth more. I think it has a high collectability factor to it, especially if you keep this awesome box and this card. I think it's got a great value of ownership, definitely earns a 5 in that category. And then that leads us to value to price ratio, which I'm giving a 4.5. When you factor in everything else, yes, it could be made of better materials. We've got some other slight markdowns in some other places, but while normally I think a lot of people would argue that D2 is not their favorite steel, I think that all things considered, I think that the price that you would pay for this right now is well worth it. I think that some people would have a little trouble paying the 170 asking price for it. I think it's worth it even at that price with its its factors all mixed in there. But especially if you get a deal on it, if you can pick it up for less, I think it's worth it. I think it is. But that gives us the overall score of 44.5, which means when we average it all out, it's overall average score is a 4.45, which is really good out of 5. So like I said, happy with this knife. What do you guys think? I am fairly happy with Monthly Knife Club so far. This is my favorite knife that we've gotten so far from them. Value-wise, MSRP-wise anyway, it's not the most expensive knife we've gotten, but it is my favorite by far so far. So what do you guys think? Anybody have signed up Monthly Knife Club, like, since I started unboxing them, or anybody else a fan of it, thinking about getting it, does get it, have any input on it? Anybody else get any of the other plans? Want to share their input with us? That is that. I'm probably going to carry this around for a day or so. It's going to be hard to take the 8010 or the 8015 out of my pocket for right now, but this deserves some carry time. I don't know if you guys will see this before or after the live Q&A, but so I'll plug it again. Live Q&A, Wednesday, the 26th, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Be there or be left out. I was going to say be there or be square. But, be there, we'll have fun, answer all your questions, have a good old time, maybe have some cool announcements for channel type stuff and everything. But I hope to chat with as many of you as possible. Okay. Well, I guess all there else is to say is you guys are all absolutely awesome. I appreciate every single one of you, and I will be back again real soon.